All right, we're very fortunate today to be joined by Nico Graph. He is the owner and CEO of a company called Digital Gelato, and he's going to talk to us today about his business and how his business has adapted to what's happened in the world with COVID and how he is helping other businesses adapt as well. Nico, thank you for joining me and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Peter, for having me in the show.
Absolutely. Now, you're the owner.
See, like yes.
So you're the owner of a marketing company, digital marketing company, and it's called Digital Gelato, right?
Yes, we're focusing audio and audiovisual marketing, which is something that came out during COVID.
Gotcha. And it's a great name for the company, by the way. How did you come up with it?
Well, I'm Italian, so everybody loves gelato.
That's right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
That wasn't that difficult for me to name it the company.
All right.
Well, I started in visual communication 25 years ago. I've been studying in Rome for 5 years, and then I have decided to move forward. First of all, in Czech Republic, where I was working with that American agency called McCann Erickson. I was a senior art director there. Then after that, I've been working also with MSC Saatchi, which is the agency of Morris and Charles Saatchi. I joined the Publicis group for like 7 years or so. Then I've been working in the Caribbean for DDB and BBDO,
Okay.
two different advertising agencies. So basically, all my life, I've been joining big corporate advertising agencies, learning not only the visual communication experts, but also the best strategies for starting up and positioning different product. Been working with many accounts, Pepsi. I was joining also the Nescafe branding group in McCann Erickson and Pizza Hut, and I mean we're talking like a big accounts. And
right.
My last accounts was that I joined this last account was Walmart 3 years ago with a company called Vimby. It's a company, the owner of the company is Mark Burnett, which is one of the top TV producers, and David Goffin, which is famous for American Idol. He's executive producer of the show.
Right, right. So how did you come about creating your own company?
See, when COVID came, I was successfully working until when this COVID stopped my working rhythm. I had was in 8 new business that I was ready to shoot between reality shows and documentaries. So my main concern was, how can I keep my clients floating, decreasing the cost
right.
of their expenses. And that's basically how Digital Gelato came. I mean, we have to understand that working from home, it means working digitally. And everybody, if we have like 70% of the company yesterday operating online, today we have 100% of the company operating
right.
online, because there's only the only way to go. And see, Peter, when you work digitally, there are like so many experts behind the scenes that we don't see. We have like the visits that you have on your website. We have the analytics that tells you like how many people will stay there for how long they stay there, how many pages that they've seen, and finally the behavior on the consumer. We try to engage people, and everybody, all the marketing agents are telling you you have a fraction of seconds to engage your target audience. Are you gonna do it? Or do you know that your website is not visible online? It means that you're not gonna reach your clients. And then slowly that we step into this world, we understand and we realize that whatever is cheap then start becoming less affordable. And then the time that you already spent $700 for a pay-per-click on
Yeah.
on Google, you realize this totally that raise your hands. How many people have some disappointments on with Google or those type of digital marketing?
Right.
It's more than heavy presence. It's
So
more than just being there and wishing that people click on your service or product.
So, how have you been able to assist your clients who, I mean, let's face it, everybody in the world has been affected in one way or another by COVID, and especially the small businesses. A lot of them have gone out and others are struggling to stay afloat. So, what have you done with your
Mhm.
company to assist these small businesses, and how has marketing been changed by COVID?
Okay, what I've done was very easy. I had to reinvent myself 360 degrees. It means that while everybody were doing digital marketing, I came out with some services that nobody has, at least for small companies. We call these services reality projects. And our reality projects are divided into different segments. There is a documentary and there is a reality show. Basically, there are some companies, some firms that are established in the market, and they've been working through generations. So those companies are more documentary friendly, so I have to say. So what we do is we create a documentary that basically talks about the client and tells the story who they are. Some other companies like jewelry or companies that have multiple products, then we have decided to resize this footage and with a 2 minutes edited reality show. We call it a reality show, but it's not. It's more than that. The
Right.
reason why it's more is because it transmits a specific brand experience, and we've been so far very successful with this service because it has been an interruption of what is a standard digital marketing strategy. Our our slogan is entertain your clients for elevated success, and that's basically what we found out. I mean, it's easier to entertain your client and having your clients in front of the TV than pretending to conquer the world with a couple of digital marketing strategies. I mean, I, Digital Gelato is a small company. I really want to stay small. I don't want to go big. And the reason why I don't want to go big is because I'm not into let's call it like a war mood where you start attacking all your competitors. I mean, I'd rather helping the small companies than doing a competition to my colleagues in this
Right.
case. I've been criticized I've been criticized for those reality shows because they are, or documentaries, because they are extremely affordable. The reason why I've been criticized is because my colleagues were telling me you cannot be cheaper than others. It's not that I'm cheaper, I'm faster. Which is different when you consider also that the production value that we bring in inside a small company is huge. It's humongous. Just imagine that with just 4 days shooting, we do much more than delivering a footage. We create a sets of pictures and videos, advertising uh, that nobody can do it in 4 days. I mean, it's obviously it's not possible. You need months. And just because I have my brain trained for uh, uh, pulling out advertising campaign in 1 day, because that's what sometimes we have to do with those big agencies, I'm capable of delivering high quality products. The other reason why we're affordable is because being a small company require only one person. This person is what we call one man show, and it would be me basically.
Right.
I have working also with different aspect of production, including motion graphics. So the package that we offer, there are also motion graphics included. And well, if you go to digital-gelato.com, you can definitely see a couple of samples of work that we have there.
And
And
do you think that COVID and companies reduced capacity to spend money on things like Google ads, which, I agree with you, they're hit or miss, and you spend a lot of money. But do you think that COVID has forced companies to think outside the box and to hire people like yourself to create something unique?
it's some people COVID brought some people out of the box, people that had to reinvent themselves. But COVID also caused a lot of problems of small companies that, for example, had, this is just an example, a shoe store. In a shoe store, a local shoe store that had a point of sale, and people were passing by and just uh, being used to see the shoes on the display outside, and then decide if they want to get the shoes, or just try them or purchase them. As the whole behavior has changed, because now, okay, now we have the mask are required and things like that. But of course, the stores like that, that have whole being on the street, on a point of sales, once they work digitally, it's gonna be like, it's gonna get us some vertigos. I mean, if I would have been an owner of a store like this, because if I never sold online, how can I pretend not only to start selling online, but having the positioning that I deserve? And the biggest mistake when we go online is looking at other companies, and see like how other companies are operating, and try to get the other companies model. The reason why it's a mistake is because maybe your company needs something different. Maybe you don't need to go online and go nationwide, or just selling in old Michigan. Maybe you want to position your product in your neighborhood first.
Right.
Well, with a good targeting, you can. But most of the companies, they have lost this compass online, because again, it has been a changing, a continuous changing of the consumers also.
Let me ask you this. You know, a lot of people, especially small business owners, they fail to see the benefit in letting their customers and clients get to know them on a more personal level. And it seems to me like what you would be doing with one of your documentaries or other sort of films is allowing their clients and customers to see them in a different light, to get to know them. Is that accurate?
Is it actually no one better than you knows your client, and there's not agencies that can speak out there for you. I mean, each, especially small agencies, the reason why they exist is because the owner of the agency has a specific passion. It's about passion. It's not about ego. It's not about be competitive. It's about passion. It's about bringing out there to the world a piece of you, materializing your skills. Um, for example, uh, let's take the sample of the shoe store. Okay, it's having a shoe store, just like having another company that realizes products. Is there's like behind that there's like a huge storytelling from the design, the production, the manufacturing, the import. I mean, there is so much to say that your potential clients, when they know what's behind the curtains, they basically fell in love with you. It's just like, let's take like, this is like another sample, but it's already of a reality show that is positioned. Okay, it's called Pawn Shop. Before pawn shops, everybody were seeing those pawn stores, those pawn shops
Yep.
differently.
Yeah.
They didn't care what they had inside. They didn't care what they were selling, to who they were selling. It was just a second-hand store.
Hmm.
But after pawn shop, we have realized that each product has a specific story, has a specific uh, evaluation scale. And people today go on pawn stores, on those pawn shops, to see if they can get something antique, if they can buy something that they can resell, something that maybe has a specific value. So
Right.
definitely the storytelling changes the way how, in this case, your potential client sees your product. It's not about a pair of shoes. It's about passion. It's about the design process. It's about the color. It's about depending who wears those shoes. It's about being a woman. It's about being a man. I mean, there's so much to say about it
Right.
around it.
Let me ask you, if you were asked to give one piece of advice to a small business looking to, um, repurpose, rebrand, and reinvent themselves, what would you tell them?
Let's do it. Yeah, it's the rebranding it's about like evaluation. It's a path. Okay, through evaluation, competitors. Every time that I create a new brand or a rebranding or a startup, yeah, I need to understand who the competitors are, because what we do it's better than what you can see in the market right now. So there are always some steps, other things they can get planned based on a strategy. But of course, it's not something that we do in 5 minutes. It
Right.
takes at least 1 week before understanding where to go and how to do things.
Got it. And if people wanted to hire you, you work throughout the world, throughout the country.
Yeah, right now I'm working with the clients which are in Spain, for example. What we're doing is like rebranding a company that operates on catering, and right now they got a really excellent positioning with our brand, and right now they are filming a TV series called Money Heist, which is in Madrid. They called me the other day, and they were very happy because they're having like a very successful business. So there are some things that you can do online, just like the rebrand and those type of studies that 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 matters basically the strategy around it,
Got
around
it.
a specific naming or specific brand or products. But Digital Gelato operates nationwide in terms of projects. We're based in Traverse City, Michigan, but we constantly go nationwide in different states. We have coming up reality show in Florida, and then another one in California, in Los Angeles. So we are exactly where we have to be, and that would be where the client is.
Got it. All right, and give us your website one more time.
Yes, it's digital dash gelato, Gelato, gelato.com. So digital dash gelato.com.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, Nico, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out today to talk to us and to explain explain what you're doing and to tell us a little bit about how COVID has affected you. I appreciate it. We'll put a link down to your website in the description. And if anybody out there wants to explore more with Nico and Digital Gelato, I would encourage you to reach out to him. Nico, thanks again. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
great one.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.